do my NFL divisional round playoffs. Let's just get straight into it. I went 1-5. This is why you don't play devil's advocate for every game. It worked out for me in the Niners game, but that's the only one. Which means pretty much, I know the Bills Jaguars game, technically the Jaguars were the favorite in that game, but I think most people picked the Bills anyway. So pretty much every team that was favored won. And again, I'm basically cooked now. I'm 167, 109. I just dealt all my chips, you know, and that is why you don't gamble, because most of the time when you gamble, you lose, except for that one game. But you know what? I'm happy. The 49ers won, and that's really all that's important. I was probably going to lose this series anyway. Greg also will lose the series, unfortunately. Everybody's basically cooked now. He can actually catch up to me, though. He's only 4 games behind now. I don't think he will, but I think that there's a possibility that he can. And then Zach ran away with it this week, going 5-1. So he has a 8-game lead on me now. So there's really no way I can catch up. So congratulations on winning the predictions this year. Um, it was close for a while. Actually, it was close a couple weeks, and then it got not so close, and then it got close again. But it was fun. Anyway, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna predict my actual divisional round picks, and not just try to um, stat pad, because obviously that didn't work out for me. Bills Broncos. I'm gonna take the Bills. I just don't trust the Broncos. They're the 1 seed. Um, I don't trust their offense. The one game I always like to mention that their offense was really good was against the Packers, but then you look at the Packers defense and it's not even as good as, I mean, I think when they played they still had Micah Parsons, but it really just shows that the Packers defense was really never that good all season. So the one time the Broncos put up 30 points was basically not against a very good defense. The Bills don't have a great defense either, but the Bills proved that they probably want it more. It's in Denver, but that's not going to really be a problem because the Bills are used to playing in the cold anyway. I only gave the Jaguars the benefit of the doubt because they played in Florida where it's hot. But if you're playing in the cold, then it's really realistically like an even matchup. The Bills could really play at home in this game, and it wouldn't really matter. Um, could the Broncos win it? Sure, but I like the Bills offense a lot more than I like the Broncos offense. I like the Broncos defense a lot better than I like the Bills defense, but I don't even think the Bills have to do that much to stop the Broncos offense. Realistically, this could be a low scoring game because the Broncos defense can hold the Bills to probably 20 points, but I don't think that the Bills, I don't think the Broncos offense is going to be able to do much either. I don't really like their running back core. Bo Nix is basically just going to have to put it on his arm to try to win the game. I don't think that they can run it on the Bills. Greg is going to take the Broncos, an interesting pick. Um, I can see it. I mean, but we can look at the Texans game as a good example. The Texans defense kept them in it for the whole game until the end, where the Texans just blew out the Steelers. Similar thing could happen here, but I don't know. The only way the Broncos can win is, I think, if their defense just balls out. They need pick sixes. They need to injure Josh Allen, kind of like the Jaguars did, to even have a chance. They basically just need to stay on defense most of the game and get field goals, and then you have a chance to win. And then Zach will take the Bills, not too surprising. I think that the Bills know that this is their Super Bowl or bust year, and that's why Josh Allen, I saw him, he hit his hand on his player's helmet, he got a concussion, he bent his knee the wrong way or his leg bent the wrong way, and he kept playing through it. So I don't know. I mean, he seems fine, but I don't think he is. Even if he makes the Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl, his body is basically cooked. Like, good job, but Niners, Seahawks. I'm going to take the Niners. Um, yes, I'm a 49ers fan, so maybe there's a little bias in here. But I don't know. I feel like it will be low scoring. Seattle's defense is really good, but I feel like we play good. We play well against Seattle. I don't know what happened in week 18, but most of the time we play pretty good against Seattle. Sam Darnold in the playoffs isn't great. Seahawks are at home in this game, which is a little scary, but I feel like there's a world where we could win this. We are injured, really, really injured, which is a problem, but we still have Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy. Jawan Jennings is doing really good. There's a universe where we can win this game. Greg is going to take the Seahawks, and then Zach will also take the Seahawks too. Seahawks should be favored in this game. I don't disagree with that, but there's just something, and I got a feeling. Texans, Patriots, probably the most boring matchup this week. Texans offense looked really bad until the fourth quarter. Kind of like the Bears do a similar thing. They look bad until the fourth quarter. The Patriots, I like that. I'm taking them to win just because they're more consistent. I feel like throughout the game, maybe they'll only score field goals, but I don't think the Texans will even score until the fourth quarter. Which the Bears proved that you can not score until the fourth quarter and still win. But I like the coaching better in New England. I like their running back core better. The only thing the Texans have is their defense. So similar to the Broncos game, their defense has to win this game. Greg's going to take the Patriots too, and then we're all taking the Patriots. Because although defense wins championships, it's really hard to just bank on a defense like that. It's really hard to just say, okay, well, the defense is going to win this game, just purely their defense. It's hard to trust. Rams Bears should be a good game. I'm going to take Chicago just because they're at home in the cold. Like I said, the Rams struggle when they have to play in the cold or in a stadium that's not a dome, just because they're so used to playing in a dome. And their offense is really like it's an explosive offense. So they really rely on the pass. They really rely on Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. They could rely on the run, but the Rams just aren't built for cold conditions. They're a team that is built for a stadium. That's for a dome. That's pretty much what the Rams team is built for. And the Rams defense isn't even really that good. I mean, neither is Chicago's, but the Bears should have a good game plan to win in the cold. They're at home after all. Greg is going to take the Bears too, and then Zach will take the Rams. So the Rams could win it, but I just don't see them getting it started, especially in that cold of weather. The Rams are going to have to rely on the run, which they usually don't do, and I think that's going to throw them off. The Bears could rely on the run too, but the Bears also don't really like doing that either. But if you're just asking me who's better tested in the cold, it's obviously the Bears. So those are my predictions. I'll see you next week.